Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nadia, and if you've clicked on today's video, you know that we are doing a small little haul of books. I bought about 6 hard copies and I think about 3 ebooks that I want to talk about, and yeah, let's get into it. The first book I bought is Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune, and I bought this mainly because it is the Barnes & Noble special edition and it's got these beautiful sprayed edges. More paperbacks should come out with sprayed edges. I like paperbacks. But this book is about a person who has died, and a reaper comes to collect Wallace from his own funeral. Wallace begins to suspect that he might be dead. And when Hugo, the owner of a peculiar tea shop, promises to help him cross over, Wallace decides he's definitely dead. But even in death, he's not ready to abandon the life he barely lived, so when Wallace is given 1 week to cross over, he sets about living a lifetime in 7 days. Hilarious, haunting, and kind, Under the Whispering Door is an uplifting story about a life spent at the office and a death spent building a home. Yeah, I mainly bought this because I have read my problematic fave, House in the Cerulean Sea, which I purchased this because it has the beautiful sprayed edges. I actually already have a copy, but I wanted the pretty copy. But like I said, it's my problematic fave. I do love this book, and I wanted to read more by TJ Klune. I also have In the Lives of Puppets pre-ordered, so yeah, I have the 2 pretty editions of these books, and I'm pretty happy about it. Next, we have The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana, sorry. And yeah, I think everybody and their mother has talked about this book already. I bought this because I've heard it is a cozy little fantasy, and the premise of it is very cute sounding to me. We have a witch named Mika Moon who is going to help a group of 3 young witches at a mysterious house, and we have a grumpy librarian, I believe, so there's a romance element to it, and there's a found family element to it, and found family is one of my very favorite things, so I'm hoping this is going to be as cute and cozy as I've been led to believe, and I'm excited to read this. Next, we have Legends and Lattes. I have read this book already, but I wanted a hard copy for my shelf, so I went ahead and got myself the Barnes & Noble Special Edition, which has these flaps. And it says that there is a new bonus prequel story. I don't know if that is something that is unique to the Barnes & Noble Special Edition, but I will definitely go ahead and read that because I'll take anything set in this universe. If you don't know what this book is about, this is about an orc who leaves her mercenary life behind to open a coffee shop in a small town where no one knows what coffee is because coffee is more of a dwarvish thing, and she drank coffee once and fell in love with it and wants to bring the joy of coffee to other people. So it's a cozy fantasy with very low stakes, and I loved it very, very much. Next, we have Bruised by Tanya Boteju, and this is a young adult book with queer South Asian rep. And we have a teenager named Daya who has lost her parents in a car crash, and then she finds the joy of roller derby. I don't really know beyond that because I haven't read this book yet, but it seems interesting, and I'll take anything that has queer South Asian rep. I'm actually looking more into that lately, especially queer Muslim rep, and I think I'm going to film a video soon about some books that have mainly queer Muslim rep. So yeah, I am looking forward to reading this, and if you have any other recommendations for queer South Asian rep, I will take them all in the comments, and I will be very appreciative. There's so many books, so little time. The last of the hard copies that I have is Hijab, Butch Blues, and this is by Lamia H. It is about a queer hijabi Muslim immigrant who is living in New York, and they draw parallels between their own life and their own coming of age and the lives of the prophets and Allah. And this book, I already read this book. I'm going to reread this book. I read this book as an ebook and then immediately knew that I had to order a hard copy for my shelf, but I will be rereading this. This book is fantastic. I will talk more about it in my wrap up at the end of the month, but yeah, this book has set off a drive in me to locate more queer Muslim centered books, and I already have a short list together because the author of this book has a list on their Instagram page of books that inspired them from queer Muslim authors, and I'm definitely going to take a dive into that list and pick up some more books for my TBR. Diving into ebooks, I have, and I am currently reading a book called Sorry Bro by Talin Baskuni. And I'm sorry if I butchered that name. I will butcher every name in this book, but this is a book about an Armenian woman named Nara, and she is proposed to by her tech lawyer boyfriend, and she says no, and she's shocked that she says no. And then she goes on to join an event called Explore Armenia, which is a cultural event that takes place, I think, across a week. And she goes there expressly to meet Armenian men, but then she meets an Armenian woman. And she's not out as bisexual, but she does have feelings for this woman, and I suppose the rest of the book is navigating that romance and then navigating the coming out process. But so far, it's pretty funny, it's pretty cute, and I like it a lot. The next ebook that I have bought is I Kissed Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston, and I haven't started reading this yet, but I've read a couple pages. That's a lie. I've read a couple pages, and it's a bit more fast-paced than Casey's other books, but I think I think I'm getting into it more. This is about Chloe, who gets kissed by Shara Wheeler, and then Shara Wheeler mysteriously disappears. So Chloe is on a mission to find Shara Wheeler and figure out what the hell is going on, which is a cute premise. Next, we have The Roughest Draft, and I bought this book because it was my book club pick, and it was okay. It's about a duo of co-authors. They write books together, and at the beginning of this book, they are estranged, and the book navigates them as they come back together again to write this final book that they have on their contract, and then supposedly go their separate ways, but of course it's a romance, so they don't go their separate ways. Like I said, it was okay. It wasn't the best book I've ever read. It was a little drawn out for me, a little long-winded, but yeah, I thought it was okay. A final book that I want to talk about is If We Were Villains. This is the book that kind of set off my my little purchasing spree to begin with. I don't actually have the hard copy of it, even though it was part of my order. I ordered the Barnes & Noble special edition because it's pretty and it has black sprayed edges, and I like pretty books. I can't help myself. But this turned out to be a pre-order, and I won't actually get it till May, so that's kind of what set off my my spree, because I wanted something now. I needed some books now, so I added all of these hard copies to the order, and yeah. That's how this whole thing began. There are a couple books that I'm interested in reading that I might haul later. Like I mentioned, I am looking into some queer Muslim authors. The next book I might pick up is called We Have Always Been Here by Samra Habib, and it is another queer Muslim memoir. We have Roses in the Mouth of a Lion by Bushra Rehman, and this is a book about I believe about a queer Pakistani person, which is near and dear to my heart because I grew up in America, but my family is Pakistani. And there's also Map of Salt and Stars, The 30 Names of Night, Bright Lions, and there's a couple. I downloaded a lot of samples. Life as a Unicorn, Radiant Fugitives, and Love is an Ex-Country, and also an anthology of essays called Halal If You Hear Me. Yeah, so I think I need to curb my spending, but I am looking forward to all of those books, definitely, especially because I kind of have a bee in my bonnet for reading more by queer Muslim authors and about queer Muslims. So yeah, hopefully I don't spend too much money, but it's books. I feel like book purchases are always justified. So yeah, that was my little haul and a little peek into what I might be picking up next. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!